Good morning, everyone. Welcome, and I'm so glad that you could join me this morning. I hope everyone is doing well, enjoying this beautiful spring weather. Although today might be kind of dicey, but just kind of keep your eyes to the skies. Let's take a deep breath here. Let's get in a comfortable seated position first. So that may mean different things to different people. You can layer up with some blankets, get a nice cushion, sit on a block. There are all kinds of options, but the key is to be comfortable. So let's just sit in our comfortable seated position and put our hands on our knees, close the eyes, and just start to think about coming into a quiet mind and a calm body as we work through the practice and try to release all the stuff that we just don't need anymore. And try to create space for the things that inspire us. So take a few deep breaths here and really use the abs to draw in the air, push it up from the abdomen into the thoracic cavity. Shoulders are nice and soft, and then up through the throat, keeping a nice long spine. Take a couple deep breaths of gratitude here. Gratitude for carving out the time for this practice. Gratitude for just being here. Beautiful. And then let's open our eyes, and as you inhale, take the arms up and just sway from side to side. So hinge from the waist and just let your arms float in space. Left to right, breathing. Good. You need to stretch out the body. Start feeling things just sort of flowing out of us that we don't need. Good. Yeah. Good. And then let's take the arms out in front of us. So curving the spine, as you inhale, grabbing, like you're grabbing a stick or a pole or something. We're going to do some rolling. So as you inhale, exhale, pull back, drop the shoulders down your back, nice long spine. Inhale, come forward, curving the spine, grasping on to whatever you're imagining. Exhale, open the chest, lift the heart. Good. Inhale, flow forward, clenching the fists, drawing shoulders down the back. Inhale, come forward, curving the spine, pulling back. Inhale, come back, curving the spine. Exhale, push the chest forward, lifting the heart. Inhale, come forward, curving the spine. Exhale, pulling back. Good. Just really start to feel your shoulders and your neck begin to open up. Exhale. Inhale. We're also opening up the spine, bringing the shoulders down and back. We'll do one more here. Inhale. Exhale. Pull, 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 pull back. Good. So now let's put our hands on our knees and just inhale, take the right shoulder to the right ear, drop the shoulder down and around, and come over to the left side, lifting that left shoulder up to the left ear. Just take it in a circle here, and then take both shoulders up to the earlobes and just roll them back. Good. Keeping your spine nice and tall. Good. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So let's take the left hand to the right knee, Do a couple side stretches, and that right arm comes behind you. As you inhale, twist the abs, look over your right shoulder, and take a few breaths here. Really feel those abs contracting. Breathing. Beautiful. Then come back to center. Let's take the right hand to the left knee. The left arm comes behind. As you inhale, contract the abs, looking over your left shoulder. Take a few breaths here. And then gently come back to the center. So let's inhale, bring the arms up. Then back just ever so slightly. Exhale, come on down to the ground. You can come to your elbows, or if it's more comfortable, come to your fingertips, or just kind of walk your hands forward and land wherever it feels good to you. And take a few breaths here. Really feel that fine stretch in the spine. And you can always place a block underneath and bring the floor up to meet you. Breathe down deep into the lower lumbar area. Good, and then gently walk your hands up towards your body. Wonderful. And let's take the legs out into our big wide V. Give them a shake. Woo! Good. And as you inhale, float the arms up and float on over to the left side. Hold here for a couple of breaths. And you can be on your elbows at your knee. Just explore what feels good to you. Then inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, float over to the right side. Hold here for a couple of breaths. Beautiful. Inhale, take the arms up. Fold forward towards your feet. And stay right here for a couple of breaths. Really feel that stretch in your legs, your hamstrings, your quads, the calves, and the spine. And then inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, come right down the center. Hold here for a couple of breaths. Inhale, walk your arms back towards your body. Good. So let's bring that right foot into the left thigh, keeping the spine nice and tall. As you inhale, bring the arms up, and you can either come right here, rest on your elbows at your knee, or if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can grab the foot. And just feel the right side of your rib cage stretching, opening up. Breathe. And then walk the hands up the left leg. Good. So let's extend that right leg out. Bring that left foot into the right thigh. As you inhale, draw the arms up. And either come right here, or you can come into a little deeper if you feel like it. Always, always honor where you are. What feels good to you, what works for you. And breathe. And then gently walk the hands up the legs. Great. So let's come on down and flex the toes as we come back, as we bring the hips back, sit on the ankles. And just feel your toes get nice and wide and stretched out. So healthy for our balance. Got to keep our feet happy. And then bring the arms forward. And let the hands just float up and down. Good. And then maybe take the wrists in little circles. And then widen the fingers, nice and wide as you flex your hands. Nice, nice wide fingers. Then clench the fists real tight. Good. And then just let your fingers float. Just wiggle them a little bit. Good. One more time. Flexing the hands, nice wide fingers. Clenching the fists. Breathing. And then just let your fingers float in space. Yeah. So coming down to stretching our toes out, our feet, sitting on our ankles. As you inhale, draw the arms up, come up to a standing position on your knees. Come back a little bit. Exhale, come down. Let the arms come down to the sides into child's pose. Inhale, draw the arms up. Slight little back bend. Good. Pushing the hips forward. Exhale, floating the arms down to the sides. Inhale, float the arms up. Slight little back bend. Good. Pushing the hips forward. Exhale, let the arms come down to the side in child's pose. We're going to do 2 more. Inhale, arms come up. Lift your heart. Exhale, take the arms down to the sides. Last one. Inhale, come on up. Yeah. Oh, such a nice stretch. Exhale, come down into child's pose and spread the knees a little bit wider and just let your chest melt down towards the mat. And you can put your head on a block or rest your forehead on your mat. Take a couple breaths here as we pause. Beautiful. And then as you're ready, gently come up. So from here, let's sit on our left hip. Extend that right leg out. So it could look like this. Both bent knees, and you're open up nice and wide here, or you've got your hands in front of you, whichever you prefer. Or if you want to come into a full pigeon pose, sitting on that left hip, extending the right leg out, and you can stay here in sort of an up dog, or if you want to come down a little bit, you can rest on your knee, rest your forehead on your hands, or bring a block under your head. Whatever works for you. And breathe. And feel that right glute really tighten all the way down to your ankles. That lengthening and strengthening of that leg. Breathing. Good. Good, good. And then let's just flip over to the other side. So now we've got both knees still bent. I'm just flipping over to the other side, and you can stay right here like this, or place your hands in front of your right knee. Or if you'd like to come into a pigeon, just extend the left leg out, sitting on your right hip, and you can put a block underneath your hip as well. And breathe. Really feel that deep stretch all the way down the psoas. It starts at the hip socket, goes all the way down to the femur. And as we all know, this is my favorite muscle to stretch, because when we're prone to be sitting for extended periods of time, we want to keep that muscle happy. If it contracts, it causes pain, and we don't want pain. release your legs, bring them back to center. So let's bring the soles of the feet together. And just let your knees drop open into butterfly. So we're either walking the feet towards us or walking our hips towards the feet. And just let your knees flutter. Yes, like all these pretty spring butterflies we've been seeing lately. Good, nice tall spine. Good morning, everyone. Good. And then gently place your feet flat on the floor and guide your knees from the left to the right in windshield wipers. And let your knees float in space. Beautiful. So let's come on down to our tummies. Come all the way down on the mat to place your hands right below your shoulders. And as you inhale, we're going to come into a baby cobra. I can say that. Inhale, come on up. And the elbows are tucked into the rib cage. Breathe down into that spine. So good for any kind of back issues. And then release. Come on down to the mat. Rest your chin on the mat. We're going to pause here for a breath. And then as you inhale, coming back up into cobra. Those elbows really hugging the rib cage. Good. Beautiful. And then exhale, release down to the mat. We're going to do one more. Inhale, coming up into cobra. Hold for a couple of breaths. Good. Exhale, come down and rest. Let your arms float down to the sides, palms facing up. Rest on one of the cheeks. Your left or your right cheek, it doesn't matter. And pause. And then as you're ready, let's come on to our elbows here. And our elbows are still tucked into the rib cage, coming to Sphinx. So our fingers are nice and widespread. I'm just going to stay here in Sphinx for a couple of breaths. As you inhale, let's turn the head toward the left. Exhale, turn to the right. Good. Inhale to the left. Exhale, right. Just do a couple of these on your own. Good. And then just drop the head down and let it just kind of float in space here. And feeling the spine right at the neck, feeling that open up. And then gently lifting your head. So let's come into a puppy dog. So we've got our knees and our hips lined up together. Good. We're going to walk the hands out a little bit farther than we would in tabletop. And puppy dog, we're just going to come on down to the elbows. Rest your head on a block or come on down to the mat. And pause here for a couple of breaths. And then as you're ready, walk the hands back just a little bit. Inhale, come forward. You can come into tabletop, stay into tabletop, or if you want to come forward a little bit, maybe about here, or if you want to come all the way down, tuck the elbows into the rib cage. Exhale, take your hips back towards your ankles. Inhale, coming forward. Shoulders are soft. Exhale, hips back to the ankles. Do a couple of these. Inhale forward. Good. Exhale back. Just let your body float back and forth. Good. And we'll do one more. And let's hold right here. Shoulders are soft. Really feel this, the upper body strengthening here. Breathing. Good. Beautiful. And then come on into a wide knee child's pose. Stretch the arms out in front and rest here for a few breaths. And then walk the arms over to the right side, placing the left hand on top of the right hand, opening up that left side as you take a deep breath down into it. And then walk the arms over to the center, on over to the left side, placing the right hand on top of the left hand. Take a deep breath down into that right side. Good, then walk the hands to the center. Let's come on up into tabletop. Good, yes, you can see me, okay. So let's get our wrists lined up under our shoulders as close as possible. Our hips and knees are lined up. As you inhale, draw the navel toward the spine into cat. Exhale, drop the chest, raising the head and the tailbone. As you exhale, inhale, come on up. Exhale into cow. Inhale, come on up. Exhale into cow. One more. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, release. Good. So now let's take that right leg out, flex the right foot, extend it out long and strong, as parallel to the floor as you can. You can take a few breaths here. Good, then draw that right knee into the chest. Inhale out to the side, exhale back down to the mat. So coming over to the left side, extending that left leg out nice and straight. Lengthening and strengthening. Good, flex the left foot. Good, take a few breaths here. And then draw the left knee into the chest. Inhale, take it out to the side. Exhale down to the mat. So staying here in tabletop, lifting that right arm up, looking up, and then threading it through the left arm, either staying here on your elbow, or if you want to come down to your right shoulder, whatever works for you. And breathe. And then release that right arm. Come on back up. Let's go to the left side. So as you inhale, taking that left arm up and threading it through the right arm. Come down to your elbow or all the way down to your left shoulder. Wherever it's feeling good to you. Take a few breaths here. Good. And then release the left arm. Come on up to tabletop again. So let's tuck the toes and prepare to come into our downward facing dog. So as you inhale, we're going to drop the shoulders drop the head between the shoulders and push the hips back. Pedal the feet here. Good. Maybe move your hips back and forth. And then bring that right foot up into a lunge. The left leg goes all the way back. And just strengthen that left leg. Stretch out that left psoas muscle. Breathing. Good. Long and strong. And then drop the left knee to the mat. Stretch out that right calf. And then come on back up. Come into tabletop. So tucking the toes one more time and coming into down dog. Inhale, head between the shoulders. Hips go back. Pedal the feet a little bit. Breathe. And then take that left foot forward. You want to scooch it up a little bit farther than I did. And stretch out that back leg. Really feel that tightening up all the way from the hip socket down to the ankle. Breathing. And then drop the right knee down and stretch out that left calf. Good. Good. And then let's come back up to our knees. Standing on our knees. About hip width apart. Let's clasp the hands behind the back. Roll the shoulders back. Clasp the hands and stretch out. Pull down, lifting the heart, opening the chest, and breathe. Head is parallel to the floor. And then hinge forward, right about here, and just bring your arms up to wherever it's comfortable for you. Come up a little farther. There we go. And breathe. And then drop the hands down the legs, let them float down to the mat. Come into child's pose. Arms at the sides, palms facing up. And take a few breaths here. As you're ready, come on up. And let's come on down to our backs. So stretching out the legs. As you inhale, take the arms up, gently coming down into a long stretch. Good. And just feel from the fingertips on down to the toes, this nice full body stretch. Drawing the navel in toward the spine. Feel your abs contracting. Hold here for a couple of breaths. Good. And then release the arms down to the sides. Pause here and just check in with your body. Make sure that there's no extra tension anywhere else in the body or that you might need to soften. If so, we're going to take some deep breaths into those areas and try to work that out. So as you're ready, lifting both legs up, keeping the pelvic floor on the mat, placing your hands on your calves and just gently pushing your calves towards your body, pushing those legs closer to the chest. And your knees can be slightly bent. That's just fine. Take a few breaths here. And then just take your feet about hip width apart, flexing the feet up and down. Good. And then circling the ankles. And then just let your legs drop out to the sides, maybe putting your hands on your inner thighs to kind of guide them open a little bit. Take a few deep breaths here. Feel that nice pull in your inner thighs. Stretching out all those muscles. So good. And then release that left leg down to the mat and draw the right knee in towards your chest. Rest here for a couple of breaths. Good. Then take the right hand to the balls of the right foot and gently press your knee in towards your body. Left hand can be on your left hip. And breathe down deep into this left side. Right side. Good. And then gently release the right leg. Let's draw that left knee in towards the chest. Take a couple breaths here. Good. Take the left hand to the balls of the left foot. Gently bring that left knee towards your body. Right hand on your right hip. And breathe. Really breathe down deep into that left side. And then bring the right leg up to meet the left. Grab the balls of the right foot with your right hand. Come into full happy baby. Remembering to keep that pelvic floor on the mat. Take some breaths here. Wonderful hip opener. Keep some loosey-goosey. Good. And place the feet down on the mat. And just guide your knees to the left and the right. Neutralizing the hips. Beautiful. Working it all out. And then walk your heels up towards your hips, keeping your knees about hip width apart. You can have your hands placed on your mat to support you, or if you'd like to clasp your hands underneath, rolling the shoulders back, coming into our bridge pose. Inhale, hips rise, resting on the shoulders, knees are firm and straight, and breathe. Feel the tightening in the glutes. Then gently release down to the mat. Pause here for a couple of breaths. We're going to do that one more time. Good. And then either leave your hands on your mat face down or clasp underneath you. Rolling the shoulders. Inhale. Hips rise. Knees stay firm and straight. And breathe. Beautiful. And now release. Let's draw the knees into the chest. Give them a nice squeeze here. And then gently place your hands on your knees and massaging that sacral spine. Taking our knees in circles, either little circles or big circles. We're taking them back and forth from left to right, exploring what feels good to you. Good. Excuse me. Good, and then place your hands around your knees, but rock up to a standing position. Good, come on up. Good, good, good. And give your whole body a little shake. Ooh, yeah. Arms, legs, nice big shake. Good. So keeping your toes engaged to the mat, we're just going to be lifting the heels. So just lifting the heels, bending the knees, kind of like I call it a strut. And then maybe bringing your arms into the action. You can leave them here. You can take them bigger. Take them in big circles. Take them out to the sides. And just strut. Good. Maybe you want to strut a little faster. Maybe you want to put a dance move into it. Yeah, have fun with it. Yes, breathing always. Good. And then relax. So let's come into a nice wide stance. And our feet are pointed out to the sides. Knees are slightly bent. Bringing hands to heart center. As you inhale, raising the arms up, coming into a little squat. Good. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Coming up just a little bit, keeping the knees bent. Inhale, come on up. Good. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, come up. Beautiful. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, come on up. Good. Exhale down. See if you can go a little bit deeper this time. Inhale up. Deep, 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 deep. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last one. Inhale up and hold here. Couple of breaths. Good. You can do this. You've got it. Yeah. And then exhale. Shake your legs out a little bit. Hands on the hips. Hinge forward from the waist. Good. And then just let your arms fall forward. Just floating down on your mat. Or if you want to take your elbows in your hands, whichever you prefer, and just take the knees, just bend them side to side. Good. Great. And then gently walk the hands up the legs. Come up slowly, one vertebra at a time. Good. So let's come into our mountain pose. And our feet are hip-width apart. We're going to stack the bones. So make sure that the shoulders are over your hips. We've got a nice neutral pelvis, vertical spine. Knees are over the ankles. And just close your eyes for a moment here and check in with your alignment. Good. Good. And then as you're ready, inhale, draw the arms up and back. Good. Exhale, come into forward fold. Inhale, come into a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, coming down in the chair. Make sure our knees are not going over our toes. Looking skyward. Another little juicy squat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, walk the hands up the legs. Coming up very slowly, one vertebra at a time. Good. Good. So let's do a little balancing here. So grounding that right foot into the mat. Good. We're going to draw the knee up, just the knee, and you can bring it up to your ankle or bring it up to wherever it's comfortable for you. Maybe extending the arms out and just focus on something in the room. A drishti, I call it, or it is called a drishti. Just something that keeps your mind on an object so that you're not worrying about your balance. That's all it is. Good. Breathing. And then release, left leg down. So let's ground that left foot into the mat. Feel nice, the earth grounding us. And then as you're ready, bringing your knee up to wherever it's comfortable for you. Let me get more centered here. There we go. Bring it up wherever it's comfortable for you. And just focus on something in the room. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And then release that right leg. Good. So, what do we have time for? Okay, let's go do our warrior two. So extending the left foot out in front, take that right foot back into a 90-degree angle. Love the warrior two. We're going to center the hips without flopping our knee. So keeping that knee nice and firm, centering the hips. As you inhale, draw the arms up. Nice soft shoulders. Look over your left fingertips and breathe. Good. Strong warriors. And then gently drop the left arm down to the left leg. Bring that right arm up, looking skyward. Then release the right arm down the right leg. Inhale, bring that left arm up. Good. Exhale, release the left arm, pivoting the feet. So we've got that right foot out front. The right knee is nice and firm, squaring the hips to the center. Keeping that knee nice and firm. It tends to want to go inward, but we don't want any knee injuries. So inhale, lifting the arms, soft shoulders, looking over your right fingertips, and breathe. Good. Beautiful. Then gently drop that right arm down to the right knee. Left arm comes up skyward and breathe. And then the left arm slides down the left leg. Right arm comes up as you inhale. Good. And then release the right arm. Let's walk the feet in. Let's see. And let's come on down to a reclining, comfortable position for our Shavasana. And I wanted to take a moment to discuss a little bit of business. It's all good news, friends. April 5th, which is not this next week, but the following week, April 5th, Monday, I will be teaching on the lawn at 54 Donaldson Station. And it's this big, beautiful space, outdoors, and it's perfect social distancing. We have so much room. So I'll be doing that on Mondays and Wednesdays at 9 o'clock in the morning. But I will still continue my videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So this won't change. This time and our videos won't change. Because some people don't feel real comfortable about going out just yet. Maybe they haven't been vaccinated. But this is such a wide, gorgeous space that we're going to have outdoors. And I'm really looking forward to it, so I hope that you'll put that on your calendars and join me. So, I think that covers Conquers the business. Oop, I gotta go. You've gotta go. Take a few moments to stay in Shavasana and breathe and offer yourself some gratitude for your practice today. And until next Tuesday, think peaceful thoughts. Always speak kind words. Radiate as much love from your hearts as you possibly can. I love you all, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you, and namaste.